you doing? God, bicyclists suck! That pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am the Flying Fro. If you're new here, welcome. Sending positive vibes and positive rides. Something that's been on my mind for the past couple days. Obviously trying to think of a new video idea, but one that's really like come up and I feel like it's really important, especially for someone that's new. I just wanted to go over 5 things that I have learned in the short amount of time that I've been riding. Figured that maybe some of you will get some benefit out of. Damn bikers, man. Wrote a list today because I always forget what the hell I'm talking about. But for those of you that are new, or this could either work for if you're new or if you've ever been down before like I have, setting goals, it's a big one. It's like small achievable goals. My issue when I first started riding was that I was expecting just to hop on the bike and just get going right off the bat. This is a sport and a hobby and a lifestyle that takes a lot of patience, a lot of commitment. I can't even talk today. Alright, number 1, setting goals. So when I first started riding, I always wanted, I want to get to the best of my abilities immediately. That's like, I get super frustrated in anything that I do and I try and I'm not very good at, and I'll keep beating myself up until I get there. But basically, setting goals, especially for a newer rider or someone that's been down, is just like set something small that you know that is achievable, and it will definitely boost your confidence. So like for me, riding on the freeway when I first started was absolutely terrifying. I watched other people do it. I'm like, how are these other people doing it? And they look fine. Some of the other people going 120 miles an hour. But anyways, what I first did when I first started was hop on the freeway, take the next exit, and then loop back around, do the same one, especially in an area that you know that you're comfortable in and you know the roads very well. You know where every pothole is. So this is where the road gets crappy, whatever. Take those roads, because that way it'll be a little bit easier for you to achieve those goals. I know another thing for me was low speed maneuvers, like turns and stuff like that. So that's something you're not good at. You know, set out, make a goal that is the goal that you're going to try to achieve that day. Just achieving those small goals throughout the day will definitely boost your confidence and make you feel a little bit better about yourself every time you get on that bike. Number 2, stay positive. It's like beating a dead horse, but it's very easy to get down on yourself when you don't achieve, you know, that goal or whatever, but constantly do it. Repetitiveness will always help you achieve your goal, but don't get down on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. I mean, I've been down and I picked myself back up and I worked harder at it and I eventually got it. So always stay positive, always bring yourself up, and that kind of circles back to the first one of setting goals, because once you achieve those goals, you'll start thinking a little bit more positive. This goes for like a life lesson in general, but learning from your mistakes. If you're not learning from your mistakes, then those mistakes will just like keep eating you away. If you come up to a stop and you're hit the brakes too hard and you end up like almost dropping your bike, just like kind of analyze what happened and think about something you could have done better coming up to a stop. For me, if I come up to a stop and my head's turned and I'm not even worried about, like I'm worried about like a step that's like 2 steps ahead, as in like if I'm gonna make a right turn and my head's already looking left to make sure it's clear, I shouldn't be doing that. Me or you should be getting up to that stop, looking straight ahead and stop, and then look to your left or right. Putting your foot down or losing your balance, just be like, well, could I have leaned differently this way? Could I have leaned differently that way? And practice. That is like the best thing. Even for me, sometimes I go to a parking lot and just try my slow speed maneuvers all the time. And that will build confidence immensely. And this is another one too that is very, very important and can get you killed, is number 4, ego checking. Once you hop on a bike and you feel that throttle for the first time and you're like, oh man, this is addicting, you need to keep your ego in check. I've gone ripping through cars and splitting lanes, everything like that. It's definitely an ego booster and you feel like you're on top of the world, but it also can be very dangerous. Just kind of tame yourself a little bit, because the bigger your ego gets, the bigger your head gets, that's when you start making stupid mistakes, thinking you're God. And once you come head on with another car, you're not so much of a God anymore. What are you doing? God, bicyclists suck! Alright, so this brings me to point number 5, and that's accepting the risks of this sport. I call it a sport because I think it is. It requires skill, concentration, time, effort, all of the above. Know that any time that you get on your bike, it could be your last. Just imagine every time that you hop on your motorcycle, you're reading the terms and conditions of the ride. It's, not the motorcycle's fault. This is one of those things that it's almost like golfing in a sense. You're 100% on your own in this. You don't have blind spot indicators or sonar on your car or whatever, automatic stopping or lane assist and all that other stuff. Like, this is like an extremely raw sport that could be amazing once you get good at it. I've met the most amazing people through this sport. Just like when you were a kid and you learned how to ride your bike for the first time, it's kind of like the same concept. There's gonna be times where you fall down, times you drop your bike, times you panic brake and lock up and fall. But hopefully you're riding within your skill level. I guess there should be a 6 list, but always ride sober, man. This requires 100% attention at all times. Hold up. on such a serious note, but if you need any sort of validation, I've been down before. It's not fun. I wish I had a little bit better advice than, oh, be careful and don't die when I hopped on a motorcycle, because everybody knows a story of someone that's gotten hurt. Your best friend's sister's cousin's boyfriend's daughter, twice removed, got his head blown off in a motorcycle accident. Everybody's heard that before. And that just falls into accepting the risks, but if you follow these steps and little tips of advice that I've given you, riding should become a little bit easier. There's a lot of helpful people out there that put out like really good motovlogs, helping to get over the anxiety of being a new rider or a rider that just finished getting hurt. You know, getting on a motorcycle right after you went down is like, it was terrifying. It's like that exciting anxiety, and you can't, and sometimes it's so hard to even get on your bike because it's shaking so bad because of the nerves. But baby steps. God, I hope something good comes out of this video. I was all over the place, but I hope you get the gist of it, of what I'm trying to say and put out there for you guys. But if you like the content, please like and subscribe. I love putting these videos out, and I hope you guys love them too. This is a Flying Pro. I am out. Peace, y'all.